Good morning, folks. This is your ticker guy coming at you from wonderful Niceville. I want to bring up 2 points about this climate protest thing. First thing is that have you ever noticed how all the left-wing protests always trash all the land that they're on? It's astounding, really. This sort of started during the Barack Obama time. I don't recall it being nearly as bad before then, although maybe it was. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't paying as much attention to it. But if you're a so-called climate protester and you can't manage to bring your drinking water in something that goes home with you, whether it be a plastic bottle, whether it be a Camelback or a bladder in your backpack or whatever have you, you're a pig. You don't really believe in a bit of what you're saying. Oh, you're going to ban plastic straws, but you're going to throw your drinking water bottle and your food wrapper on the ground. Everywhere. You take a look at the pictures of the aftermath of these rallies. It's disgusting. These people are not environmentalists. They're Marxists and they're pigs. Period. End of discussion. Put the middle finger up, folks. Use your head. Second, this thing about children being let out of school and being indoctrinated and told that the planet is going to die and that they need to get out there and protest and they need to stop it, whether you're Greta or whatever. Folks, here are the facts. The United States produces less carbon dioxide than any nation, than it ever did at any time since the 1980s. And we didn't do it because we have environmental laws that say, oh, no, you have to do this. We did it for economics. Specifically, we did it because of fracking. You see, natural gas has more energy in it per number of carbon atoms than does coal. So when you burn natural gas, methane, natural gas is almost all methane, CH4, you produce about half as much carbon dioxide for each unit of energy you get out in BTUs as you do if you burn coal to get the same amount of BTUs. Fracking has made natural gas so cheap that nobody in their right mind burns coal when they can burn natural gas. And so, as a result, we have shifted most of our fuels consumption in those mass production areas, i.e. making electricity, into that use, and this has cut carbon emissions by a tremendous amount in the United States. And you say, well, why don't we just do something like this everywhere else? And the answer is because they don't have any gas. China, India, South America, the southern part of Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, have very little natural gas, but they have a lot of coal, and they are going to use it. China is building hundreds of coal-fired power plants. They essentially electrified their entire country and almost every single household within it on the back of coal, and they are not going to stop. India and sub-Saharan Africa, between the two of them, have approximately 1.3 billion humans that have no reliable electrical power in their homes or no electrical power at all. They have coal, and they will use it. They will continue to build those plants, and they will continue to electrify infrastructure and bring it into people's houses. The only way you are going to stop them is to kill them. And so what this amounts to, if you are one of those people who is prodding and scaring children to go out and march in the streets, is you are advocating genocide at a scale never before undertaken in the history of humanity. You, in short, are doing exactly what Nazis did with Hitler's youth, except worse. Hitler managed to kill 6 million Jews, and World War II managed to kill, an awful lot of people. But you couldn't even get anywhere near the sort of slaughter we're talking about here, folks. We're talking about 1.5 billion humans, roughly, who will have to be killed in order to meet your goals. And that's just on the CO2 side. If you're actually advocating stuff like this, you're a monster. You're a certifiable, flat-out monster. Because that's the only way you're going to get what you want. So you ought to think about that, folks. You can lament whatever you want to lament. You can, think whatever you think. My personal opinion, having looked at the science, having studied the science, there is no global warming disaster caused by humans. And in fact, we're probably, over the next 5 to 10 years, we're going to go into a cooling period caused by physics that there's nothing we can do about. Sunspots and normal, natural orbital variations of the Earth are going to lead to it. It's going to happen. Maybe I'm wrong. If I am, well, then I'm wrong. But you know what? If I'm right, then all those people doing this screaming are going to have their you-know-what in their hands. And the problem is, what they want to do, though, is going to carry on, especially if they turn around and they murder 1.5 billion humans. So why don't we call these people what they are? The genocidal maniacs. What is the appropriate punishment for an adult that enlists children into the promotion of genocide? Because that's what these people are doing. I mean, Ticker guy, that's my view.